Hello there, how y'all doing tonight? Thank you for stopping by my channel. I thought I would do a short video, I hope it's a short video, on how to make some bags for our journals. Not only for our journals, but we can make them for Christmas, as Christmas gifts, for craft shows that you can sell them at. They're very simple to make, and I thought I would show you tonight how to make them. You can make them with gussets or without, depending on the paper that you have to work with and what you actually want to accomplish. With these decorative papers, it's a little easier to just make them without a gusset, but you can still do it. It's really a very simple way to make these, and in my last journal, in my last video, with my journal with the dolls and the doll houses, I made these bags, and I got the idea from getting silverware in a brown bag at a restaurant, and the bag was 3 inches wide by 7.5 inches long, and I had my friends, my in-laws that were with me, give me their silverware bags, and I brought them home, and I made, here's one of them, I made these kind of decorations for my journal using those bags. And then I kind of wanted to have more, but I only had 3 or 4, and now they're all in the journal, and the journal is sold and gone. And so I decided to try to figure out how to make my own, which I did figure out, and I made some from already pre-made bags like this. These are 5 by 7.5. I got them on Amazon, and I made one that's 4 inches wide with a gusset, and one that's 3 inches. You can make them, you can make them 3-4 inches. I mean, obviously you can't make them wider than 5 with a gusset because they're already 5. But you can take regular computer paper. I don't use a heavy paper. I use the lightweight computer paper, like I think it's about 28 pounds is what they say. You know, when you go to Walmart and they say computer paper by the, like 500, that's the ones I'm talking about. They're lightweight. Normally for my journals, I use 32-pound paper, which is very smooth and sateen-like, and I really love it because it holds the ink well and whatever else I put on it, and I usually load my pages up pretty good, and if you've seen my videos, you know that's true. So anyways, but these particular bags here, I'm putting in my Etsy shop for sale, and along with the bags you will get some pumpkin spice scented tags. Now I can't tell you which ones exactly because I got a ton of them. I made all different kinds, and so I'm just gonna pick 10 out for each bag and put them in there. And they won't all fit right in the bag because some of them are a little too wide, but they will come with the bag. This is a sewing machine. I think that's pretty cool. A dress, a cup, scissors, a washing board. I have a lot of different things. I love this ironing board. I made that up. The shirts press, 5 cents. I think that's pretty cool. So anyways, check them out in my Etsy shop. And also, you really want to think about doing different things. A lot of people like to actually take bags, put them together, and make a little booklet. And you can do that too with this technique, and you can have the gussets or not. So let's get this out of the way, and let me show you. First I'm going to show you a very simple bag, and let's see. This is just an 8.5 by 11 piece of computer paper. And I'm going to fold it in half, and I always fold the top first, pinch it, and the bottom next, pinch it, And then it's pretty easy after that to get the middle fold. Just fold it. We want to do that. Now we need a seam. So I'm going to turn this under. Oh, did I bring my... Where is it? Where is my score tool? I thought I just had it here. Always something. I always forget something. Okay. I'll be right back because can't do anything without that. That's the biggest thing we're going to use. So... Okay, sorry about that. Sip some coffee. Enjoy yourself. I'll get it together eventually. Here we go. All right. So what I've done, this was an 8.5 by 11, so now it's 5.5. And I'm going to take off a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to go to 5 and score it all the way down. And I've got it scored. Well, it's folded. That's fine. That's no big deal. And I want to get a nice score line here. So on this one, it doesn't matter what's the front or the back. We want to pinch the edge and the top and the bottom and then in the middle so that you get a nice even score line. And then you're going to take your pencil. Oh, come on. Tell me I didn't bring my pencil. Oh, well, it's getting late. Maybe I should have done this tomorrow. That should be the last thing that I need to come over here and get. Okay. I'm doing this late because I was working on a project and I don't seem to be able to stop when I get started on something, so I'm always late for everything. Okay, so we've turned one edge under a 1/2 inch, and we're going to fold it down, and we're going to draw a line right there, and we're going to cut that 1/2 inch off on that side. We don't need it there. We could have it there, but it's too bulky. We don't need it. Less bulk, the better. All right, so I'll take that off. Oops. And then I do have my glue gun here. I'm going to take this edge and my glue gun. Just going to put some glue on it. I usually do use tacky glue, but for time's sake, I'm going to use the hot glue tonight. It dries faster and we'll be able to do more. Now, for putting a gusset in here, all you have to do is come over and let's see, if I want that, this is 5 inches now, and if I take off a 1/2 inch this way and that way, that'll leave me 4 inch. So I think I'm gonna take off 3/4 of an inch on this side. I want it a little better than that. Okay, and I'm going to score it at 3/4 inch on this side. Okay. Now you're going to open it up completely, and you see the score lines here. See them here and on this side, so they're on both sides. And I'm going to take this score line and I'm going to pinch it at the top and at the bottom and in the middle, and then I'm going to press along there. You don't have to do this part, but I like to get a nice crisp fold. Then I'm going to take the other score line and go to the top and the bottom and the middle, the center. And I know my fold is even. I'm going to go over here and do the same thing. This is the side that I glued together. It doesn't matter. I'm going to pinch the top and the bottom and the middle. And I'm going to use a bone folder. Then I have one more left to do. Top, bottom, and center. And you have a nice straight fold. Okay, so now we're going to take and push that seam inside and bring our two flaps that are 1/2 inch each up to there. And there we have a gusset. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. Push that other middle fold inside, and you can go over it with a bone folder to make it, you know, better, whatever you want. So now I have a bag that is 3.5 inches wide, and it's 11 inches. Oh, I got the wrong. Okay, over here. It's 8.5 inches long. That's a little long for me, so you can decide. I mean, I'm going to go and say I want a 6-inch bag, but at the bottom of every bag, you have to fold up the bottom. That one, yeah, okay. You have to fold up the bottom so that, you know, nothing falls out. So, if I want a 6-inch tall bag, I'm going to add 3/4 of an inch to that. So I want 6 3/4 inch. And how I do that on here is 6, and there's the other 3/4. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to cut that off, throw it away. And then I'm going to get my score pad out. And I'm going to score it at 3/4. 1, 2, 3. And it doesn't matter which end is the top or the bottom, just decide and do it. Then I'm going to fold this over like that. And that is the bottom, that is the full bag. But do you see this white here? We don't want that showing because that doesn't look very professional. If you're making these for a craft show or to give as a gift, it's nice to make it look a little neater. But first, before we do that, I'm going to trim the corners off like that. Then I'm going to open this up. And this inside one is the one that's making the white. You see that? It's the inside one closest to the bag that's making it's a little longer than the outside one. So we're just going to snip that. About 1/8 of an inch is all you need. Get some glue. Make sure that's good. Yeah. And if there's anything else you need to snip, sometimes these little flaps show up a little too much. You can just snip them off as well. And then you want to find a glue stick. I just brought it over. I just had a glue stick. What the heck? Ah, not my day, I'll tell you. I just had the glue stick. Okay, I'll go get another one. And then when I come back, I will find it. I found the other stylus. It's on the floor. Okay, sorry about this. Okay, I did find it when I came back. So now I have enough glue for a while. Okay. So you're going to, let's see my camera, there we go. Glue these two pieces together now, like that. And then glue the bottom together like that. For me, this is revolutionary. Because I love bags, but I can't ever, you know, it's hard to find them with all kinds of designs that you want. And when you're making a journal or you're giving a gift, you kind of like to have something to match what you're working with. And with this, all you got to do is print out some computer paper and know a few little tricks of the trade here that I just showed you, and you can make any size bag that you want. Now for Christmas, I thought this would be really great. I did this one. I didn't put a gusset in it because you don't have to. You know, here's a bag without the gusset. But you can't tell that this is handmade. This looks store-bought to me. And then if you wanted to add some trim, you know, if you wanted to add a bag topper, you can put flowers on there, poinsettias for Christmas, hang a candy cane on there, put a gift card in there, even put a scented tag in there, make it smell wonderful. That's another good thing those scented tags are for. You can add them to gifts. You can, if you know how to print them up. These are all printed on fabric. I didn't tell anybody that, but it will be in my Etsy shop. They're all printed on fabric, so they should last a very long time, and they're covered with good wax, and they smell wonderful. So here we go. All right, I'm going to do another one with a gusset so you can see. This is an 8.5 by 11, and I'm going to fold it in half again. Matching top and bottom is always the key. Do a pinch there and a pinch here, and then all together. And then I'm going to score. I think I'm going to score a whole inch. Well, let's see. What did I make with the last? Oh yeah, that was smaller. Let me see here. I'm going to score a 1/2 inch again. I like the 1/2 inch. It really works well. If you want a smaller bag, you can make an inch. And I'll show you how to do that on the brown ones that we're going to do that are already made. I use an inch on each side to make a score, to make a gusset. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I got to glue this one together first, so let's get it scored. I'm going to fold it. I'm going to fold it first at the bottom, like that, and then at the top. It's kind of like folding sheets, you know. If you fold them at the top and the bottom and then in the center, you usually have a good, nice, even fold. Okay, and then I'm going to draw the line where I want to cut that excess off. I don't want that. It makes my bag too bulky, and I want a professional looking bag. I'm going to take this, I'm not going to cut it with this over it. I'm going to open that up and line up my line with my cutter. And I'll put my cutter back. Take my glue gun, put some glue on it. Just press it down. I mean, that's pretty, just like that. But we're going to go one step further. So now we're going to make the gussets. So I'm going to make them a 1/2 inch on each side. You go right through both top and bottom, back and front and back. And then over here, another 1/2 inch. Open up your bag. Oh, how much time do I got left? Okay. I don't want my camera giving out on me. All right, now you see the score lines. Take the first one and pinch it, top and bottom, and then in the middle. And then just crease it like that. Use your bone folder to make a nice sharp crease. Then do the other one here, here, and in the center. Then you want to push the center fold in, center line, and bring these up and around it together. Okay, then we're going to go over here to the other side and do the same thing. And because it's not so bulky, because we cut some of that off, it's nice. It's a lot easier to do. So we're going to pinch the top and the bottom and then the center. And then we're going to give it a nice crease. Same here. We're going to cut the top. We're going to pinch it and the center and crease it. And then we're going to push that seam into the center and fold. Give it another nice fold. And now this one is 4 inches wide and 8.5 long, just like the other one we just made. So I'm going to take another, let's see, I want it 6 3/4. So I'm going to line it up on my 6. And I'm going to add 3/4 over here as my cutting mark. And then I'm going to bring it down and cut it. Okay, so now my bag is 6 3/4 inch long. And I'm going to put it up here. And I'm going to score it at 3/4. So that I can fold it up, make sure it's nice and straight, so that your bag comes out pretty. Right, and now I'm just going to fold it. I'm going to give it a little score. And I'm going to clip the edges. Clip the edges. And I'm going to clip this inside one so that it doesn't show when I glue it together. Just 1/8 of an inch. Doesn't need a lot. And now I look and I see that it's not going to show. So now I'm going to glue. I might take these out a little bit more. Like I did the last one. Take some of the bulk out. You don't really need them. Glue them together like so. Careful of the hot glue gun. And then glue it like that. Then you have a beautiful bag. And you can decorate it up and do whatever you want with it. Isn't that pretty? That's great for Christmas. Okay, so I showed you these. These little ones I took from one piece of, you get 2 per sheet of 8.5 by 11. This one I already did. I folded it without the gusset. Okay. But you take a piece of 8.5 by 11 like we did the bigger ones, like this, and the stripes will be going down this way, and then you cut it in half. Oh, wait a minute. No, sorry. You fold it the long way because that's the way the stripes are going down, okay? Like that. And you cut it in half, which would be 5.5 because this is 11 inches long. And then you have 2 pieces of paper to make some small bags with. And I put some rhinestones hanging and just a little trim. It has a nice gusset. I'm going to put some smelly stuff in there maybe. And this one I put a couple straws and some fuzzy yarn with eyelash trim that's iridescent. And here I made 3 straws to go that way. Now, so if you're going to make a bag without the gusset, that's the easiest. You just fold it over and glue it on the one side and then fold it up and glue it on the bottom. If you're going to make it with a gusset, you do what I showed you. You've got to score down the sides 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, and then you have to make your folds, and it just works really easy. And I'm going to show you now on a pre-made bag how you can take it apart and make it the size if you want to make it smaller. You can only make them smaller. You can't make them bigger, which is too bad. But you want to be careful when you take the bottom apart because you don't want to rip the bag. It's okay if you rip this a little bit. You can cover it up with some more paper. But generally, these are not stuck down like, oh, you know, real hard. Okay, and just make sure that it opens all the way. See, now my bag totally open. And I'm going to glue that back up when I get done with it. Now what I'm going to do with this, first off, I'm going to take the back off. And you can use decorative scissors to make it a little fancier. I forgot to bring them over, of course. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to take off, let's see, I'm going to take off 1 inch on each side. So this is 5 inches, and in order for me to make it 3 inches, like the silverware bags that I did, I have to take off 1 inch on each side. So I'm going to score it at 4 because it's 5 inches long, and score it at 1 to take off 1 inch. Make sure you're nice and lined up to the edge. Don't let your paper move. Your bag, I mean. And you want to go all the way down with it. Make sure it's nice and all the way there. Okay. And we're going to do the same thing we did with the paper. We're going to open it up like this. And there's our score lines. And we're going to take them, and this is even thinner paper, so it's even easier, and just make a nice fold. And for this one's second score line, we're going to do the same thing. And then we're going to push that down, that center fold that was going the other way. We're going to push that down, and we're just going to do this. Then we're going to open up this side, and we're going to find our score lines. We're going to pinch the top and the bottom and the center. These are so thin, I'm telling you. Okay, this way and that way, and then the middle, glue. Okay, and you want to make a nice fold there, and then push that down. And there you go. Take your bone folder. Now I'm going to go, I didn't do it real straight. Yeah, you can adjust things if you didn't fold it right. If it wasn't straight, you can adjust it a little bit, believe me. I adjust mine. Sometimes you're not paying attention, and sometimes you are, and so it don't matter. I mean, okay, I messed that one up. Well, you know, it's late. Oh, look at that. So you have to be careful. That's a good lesson. Just have to pay attention to what you're doing. But if I go back up, now I've got it straight. I think. Well, maybe not altogether. And then you just glue that end. Don't do as I do. Do as I say. You know how that goes, right? Just be careful. On the store-bought bags, I think it's a lot easier to go a little off. They kind of have a mind of their own. So, anyways, that's what I wanted to show you. And I thought I would just turn the camera on and show you how to make bags. Bags for your journals, bags for gifts, bags to be scented. I think that's... I love it because I can print out anything I want. Like this bag here is just folded in half. And on this bag, this will be the front where I give a gift. I'm going to decorate the top. I might even cut it off a little more and put a decoration there. And then I'm going to write a note on the back. I don't even need a card, although I'll probably do one. But you know what I'm saying? You've got that option. And this one I thought was so cute. And the same thing. These are journal pages that I bought. Digital journal pages that I bought that have lines on them. And I just folded them in half where they had the crease, printed crease. And then I just folded them up. I could make gussets if I wanted to. But I didn't want to because I didn't want to take away from the design. Now this one I might have, but I like those. So you just have to decide what you want to do. And I just wanted to show you how easy it is to make a gusseted bag, to make a decorative bag without a gusset, and just to have fun and add them to whatever, because we're women. We love bags. There's something in our blood. Boxes and bags. Love it. Okay, well, if you like this video, please give me a like and leave me a comment, and thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next video.